Hey guys! This is my second applying to university video. If you haven't seen my first, then I'll leave it as a link below. But I'm sorry if you can hear any noise, it's my filter. I'm filming this right after my first one, and I decided to do this now because I missed out quite a few things in choosing your university, because there's more than just looking at the course details, the entry requirements and the university itself. Okay, I wrote down a few things. So there's one thing which I really regret about in my decision making for choosing the universities I want to apply to, and that is looking at the entry numbers. So this is looking at the amount of people who apply for that course in previous years. So for example, for the Economics L100 course I was looking at applying to, I was very confused as to whether to apply to LSE for straight economics, and one of the main reasons for this was because they get a lot of applicants. They have quite a few thousand applicants, and not all universities tell you how many people applied, but in the LSE prospectus for 2012 entry it did say how many people apply, and that really put me off because I thought they only accept 100 or so students, but this many thousand apply. Wow, that's a very small chance. And I really regret that dissuaded me from applying there because what I realised afterwards is that I shouldn't have been afraid in applying to a competitive university, because I know that I could have had a very good chance of getting the offer. And that sounds really big-headed of me, but for example, I applied to UCL, and UCL is very competitive as well, and usually you have an open day to go to it, but I didn't get offered that. I just got an offer, so that just to me said, I am capable of getting into these universities, so I should have not been dissuaded by the entry numbers at LSE. Yeah, that's what I mean. So definitely, if you think that you are capable, if you're a very bright student that is quite, in the top rankings in your year group, don't be dissuaded in applying to universities where it's very competitive, because, you have nothing to lose. You have 4 other universities, and if it's a university you're very interested in, you should, try. You don't want to know that, oh, I didn't apply, so, just regretting it afterwards. If you know that you're capable, then definitely apply. If you're a bit, more skeptical, thinking, should I apply? I would definitely advise to go to open days and asking people from that university of their advice, because I remember meeting some admissions people there for LSE and other universities. And another thing you should look for is not only their entry requirements, but what subjects they might want you to have. So, for example, LST again, for the economics course, they were really highly recommended further maths as a 4th A-level, which means that they expect you to take 4 A-levels. And I didn't have further maths as an A-level, so that also really, made me really, should I apply? So I applied for further maths AS level, but I still didn't apply to LSE because I thought, I'm not going to take 4 A-levels, I don't have further maths. They have so many people applying there. However, another girl in my school, she applied, and she's the same situation as me. She didn't have further maths either, but she took it. She put it in her UCAS that it was her AS, and they gave her an offer, and that's really amazing because LSE is so competitive, and she's really, really she does so much research and goes to so many internships. She does so much, so that was really good, and it just shows that academics or getting exactly what universities want isn't necessary if you have other things to show for it, if you do a lot of other things. So, don't be put off by entry requirements. Just go with your gut feelings. If you really like the university, make sure you're, it's, that it's not a really hard chance to get in, that you do have a chance before you actually apply. But don't be completely dissuaded by it, I feel really bad about my university choices afterwards. I was like, oh, I should have applied to this university. What if I don't get into this one? I'm going to have to go to one that is, one that I know I can do, I'm more capable of going to. I wouldn't be going to it, if that makes sense. You want to go to somewhere you think will suit you and you really like. So make sure you choose ones that you really like. Right? And another thing I put to look at when choosing universities is perhaps look at the teachers and the teaching style at the university, because some universities will have lots of lectures, some will have lots of group sessions, and visiting the universities and asking is a really helpful way to see what type of learning style is more suitable for you. So, they're all different. And another thing to look out for is what type of university it is, because there are collegiate systems, there are city universities, there are campus universities. So Cambridge is a collegiate system, so they have different colleges you live at, and it's kind of like your own community, which I really thought was really cool. And I think the only other two universities that have this are Oxford and Durham, but there might be others. Those are the only other two I know. And then city universities are those such as in central London, like LSE, UCL. They're surrounded by people who go to London, tourists, workers. You go to university, but you're surrounded by all these other people and city life. And a campus university is basically like a university in this place, and all the students are there, but it's also kind of open. You can kind of you're not stuck there, but it's kind of open as well. So it really depends on what you like. So you can look at that. Also look at whether you want to go to a local university or one that's really far away, because I chose ones which were really far away from where I live. And thinking about it, I would not have liked travelling 4 hours to university and coming home 4 hours each term. That would have been really hard. So maybe look at whether you mind living really far away or if you don't mind. I know that would be really difficult for me, so I'm really glad that some of the universities I chose were close, like the London city ones, but a lot of the others, which would have been my backups, are really far away. I'm sorry, there's a car outside. Super noisy. Also look at perhaps scholarships and bursaries offered at your university. So these are sort of payment grants to you type thing. Maybe if you can't afford university as much, you might get given a bursary, and bursaries are a sum of money given to you dependent on maybe your income background or your personal background. And for bursaries, there's no it's not judged on your academics at all, whereas scholarships are. So scholarships are money given to you due to how well you perform in a subject. So look at how you can maybe be eligible for those. And so also to choose your course in your university, I missed that so much, there's so much to talk about. Also look at summer schools and taster courses. And I know that a lot of summer school events will have closed applications by now because summer's only 2 months away, but you still might be able to apply for some taster courses, which is what I did, because I didn't get any of my summer schools, which didn't matter too much because I went on holiday. But basically, a lot of people do their research. It's so noisy outside. Sorry, but a lot of people do go to summer schools and see whether they like the university a bit more by seeing it more. But you can do that on open days, so definitely look out for those for different universities. And taster courses are basically a few hours at the university or at whatever establishment talking about how the course you're looking at is. So the only taster course I went to, I think, is a maths one at Cambridge. It was it was maths, business, physics, it was all these sciences and further maths, which is not my style. So I'm glad I went to them, because I was thinking, this is nothing to do with me, but it's pretty interesting to see what the other courses were like. They look really interesting, and the way that professors present them is really intriguing to know what kind of style of teaching is at that uni. So that's really helpful if you want to see what kind of teaching styles there are as well. Right. Now I'm going to go into applying for university. So most people apply through UCAS, and that's the only method I'm going to be talking about because that's the one I went through, so I don't know about the others. And I want to talk about this really briefly and maybe make a second video because this is 10 minutes again. Basically, for UCAS, you fill out a load of details about yourself. You fill out about your GCSEs or whatever qualifications you've done, your subjects you're doing now. And I could talk about that in more detail in another video, but first I'm going to tell you, teachers have probably already told you this, but definitely never lie on your application, because universities will ask for evidence of your qualifications when you go there, and if you don't if you lied on your application, that gives a really bad impression, and you might not get your placement after all. And, you know, that's just really dishonest anyway. I really don't advise you lying on an application about anything, like your grades or your family status or anything. Like, if you have any questions on your personal statement, then please do leave them below. But I'm just going to say that first, because personal statements get a bit more detailed. So I'll do that in the next video, I promise. And for this one, I'll just talk about UCAS a bit more. So it's really fun actually filling out your UCAS, because you're just filling things about yourself. I don't think that's very hard. But if you have any questions about it, then do tell me or ask me, like however you want, message or comment, and I'll get around to that. But I just wanted to make sure that when choosing your uni, you look at a lot of other things as well. The environment, the costs of accommodation, you know, everything. Like how long you can stay there for terms, when, like how long your terms are, maybe you're interested in that. Also, how you can get into the uni. That is really important, because some universities will require you to submit like either essays or go for an interview or have admissions tests. That's really important to look for. So, for example, I'm just going to read some of these tests out. Universities might test you just to see your capabilities compared to other students, whether you're more suitable for their course than another student might be. So examples of tests you might have to do are BMAT for medicine, which is biomedical admissions tests. There's ELAT, English literature admissions test. There's HAT, which is a history aptitude test. Health professions admissions test, which is called HPAT. The LNAT, which is for like law. MML for languages. STEP for maths. TSA, which is a thinking skills assessment. Like there's UK CAT also for medicine, so definitely look into them. Some universities need you to do that for you to get a chance of going in, which is really harsh, I think, because even if like you do badly on a test, which doesn't like represent you as an individual, doesn't mean you're not capable of, you know, doing really well at their course. But, you know, that's just how our system is at the moment, so I'm afraid we're just going to have to follow it. So I'm going to leave that for this video. I'll probably film another one next, like maybe right after this one. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll speak to you later. Bye!